Hi, my name is Michael Wright. I'm a realtor in the west suburbs of Chicago. I want to talk to you today about the reasons why you should be considering owning versus renting where you live, although prices of everything are up right now. So, my main reason is the prices of everything is up right now. We still have inflation hovering around 4%. It was down from the 7 to 8% that it was sitting at over the last year. We've got strikes going on. We got the auto workers, healthcare strikes going on. All these types of things add to the cost of goods and services, which means as these prices increase and stay up, the Fed is going to continue to keep interest rates up, hoping that with higher interest rates, people spend less money. When people spend less money, prices of goods and services go back down. And they've been trying to get inflation back to around 2% over the last couple of years. But at least they're at 4 from the 7 to 8 that it was at before. So with that being said, housing expensive right now. The cost of rent has gone up. Anybody who's been renting the last couple of years, they've got sticker shock. They get the notice on the door just before it's time to renew the lease that their rent is going up. For some people, fortunately, it was maybe $100 or $200 a month. For others, they were not as fortunate. They were finding out that their rent was going up by $500 per month, and they only had 2 months to start to make that adjustment. For owners, our sticker shock has been tax bills coming out. As the assessor goes around, he sees all the house values in the area are going up, reassesses your property, taxes go up. Renters may be thinking, oh, great, I rent, so I don't have to worry about that tax. You actually do have to worry about that tax because landlords are not going to just absorb that cost of their higher tax bill. They're just going to pass that right on to the renters. So each person in their building is going to split a portion of that higher tax bill. For the person that's owning, we're out of pocket initially for that, but at the same time that we're paying a higher tax bill, it's because the value of the property that we own has gone up in value, which is adding to our net worth. So in the future, we've paid down our mortgage, we've added equity to the house, our principal has gone down, and when it's time to sell, when we sell that house, that's cash money that's been waiting for us. Let's say, for example, $2,000 a month. If you're paying that for rent, all of that is just gone. $2,000 a month for a year, there's $24,000. It's just gone. It's gone to the landlord so he can pay for the property, pay the taxes, and pay some of his own expenses. Now, if you owned the place where you were living and your mortgage was $2,000 a month, theoretically, around $400 to $500 a month of that would have been going towards paying down your principal. So that would have been $6,000 a year that you're paying down a principal that's added equity into the house. And in that same time period, most likely the price of the property would have appreciated in value as well. So you're looking at spending $24,000 a year on rent that you would never see again, or you would have paid, let's say, $18,000 or so in interest, taxes, and insurance. That $18,000 will be gone. You're never going to see that again. But $6,000 of that was going right into your home like it's a bank because you're paying the principal down. So that's one of the main reasons why, even with a higher interest rate right now, it still could be advantageous for you to own where you live. And that 7% seems like it's high now only because we compare it to the low interest rates that we had after the housing market crash, which started in 2009. We were sitting around 1, 2, 3% interest for so long, we thought that was normal. It's actually not normal. Back in the 80s and 90s, the interest rate was routinely 8, 9, 10% or more. So people back then were used to paying a 10% interest rate. Then later, it went down low, went up, went down, and then went all the way down to 2 or 3%, only because we went through the housing market crash in 2009. And another thing that people should consider is there are new loan programs that have been out just in the last couple of years that assist home buyers even more than they did before. There's even a home buying program right now where a qualified buyer could have two mortgages. The first mortgage is the regular part of the mortgage that is not covered by the down payment. So if you were before going to put down 5%, then you'd be financing 95% of the purchase, and that would be your mortgage. Now there's a loan program where that 5% down, if you don't quite have that saved up, that part could be borrowed as well. Essentially, you're borrowing your down payment so that instead of spending the next 2-3 years trying to save up that down payment, you borrow that money and pay that money back over the next couple of years so you don't miss the opportunity to go ahead and get into the market and get your house. You still go to closing with your regular closing costs, but your down payment, there'll be a separate loan and they'll let you know exactly how much that needs to be for each month. There's even a mortgage broker right now that's offering free refinances. That means you buy now, you're at 7%. A year from now, maybe interest rates are down to 6%. You could refinance. You would lower your payment, and the amount that you're paying from then on is a little bit lower. A year, 2 years pass, interest rates are lower again, you notice? Your credit's still looking pretty good. You could go back and refinance again, and they will give you a free refinance. There are still opportunities out here for people who would like to own where they live and they see the value in that. They just need to seek out a little bit of information to find out what can be done for them. They can talk to a trusted real estate professional. They can talk to a mortgage broker. There's credit counseling out there available. If you were to contact my team at Alliance Associates Realtors, we can connect you with a trusted mortgage broker. We can give you a list of 3 or 4 if you like. That way you can shop around and see which deals will be best for you. There's credit counseling available, credit repair available to you. Like a wealth of opportunities are still here right now, even with house prices being up and with inflation, interest rates and everything being up. There are still ways for you to own your own home and build the equity in your home. That way you can have a more secure financial future further down the line versus if you're throwing all your money away on rent and paying for someone else's building. So if you're ready to go ahead and just at least find out where you stand, how close you could be to qualifying for a home, just reach out to myself. You can call, text, DM me on any of the social medias, start to ask questions, and I can direct you to the information, and we can either get you pre-qualified for a home, pre-approved, just whatever step that you're ready to take, we're ready to assist you all the way.